Hello, and welcome to Hope is Kindled. Today we turn to one of the most enduring and misunderstood works in literature, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus. A novel often reduced in the public imagination to bolts, lightning, and laboratory horror, but in truth, it's something far more profound, a tale about loneliness, ambition, morality, and the cost of playing God. It is a mirror for the soul. This episode is especially dear to me because I first encountered Frankenstein when I was very young, and it left a lasting impression. Once again, it was a book that Sharon picked up for me at Barnes & Noble's. It terrified me, but not in the way one might expect. It wasn't the creature that frightened me. It was the abandonment, the isolation, the fact that the real monster might not be the creation, but the creator. And let me be honesty also love Young Frankenstein, the Mel Brooks comedy classic. Gene Wilder, Marty Feldman, Madeline Kahn, what a cast. There's something beautiful about parodying the things we love. Putting on the Ritz may be a long way from Mary Shelley's Geneva, but the heart of that film, misunderstood identity and the longing to belong, is truer to Shelley's novel than most adaptations. And if you've seen Short Circuit 2, you may remember Johnny Five, the sweet, self-aware robot who reads Frankenstein and cries. That scene floored me as a kid. He weeps not because it's fiction, but because he sees himself in the creature created, abandoned, misunderstood. That moment taught me the real power of literature. So today, we explore not just the novel, but its soul and what lessons it still offers for young readers, creators, and anyone searching for their place in the world. Let's begin with Mary Shelley herself. Born Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin in 1797, she was the daughter of two radical thinkers. Mary Wollstonecraft, the author of A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, and philosopher William Godwin. Her mother died shortly after childbirth, and Mary grew up haunted by absence and ideals. At 16, Mary ran away with poet Percy Bysshe Shelley. Theirs was a passionate and often tragic relationship, marked by the death of children, financial struggles, and emotional turmoil. In 1816, during a famous summer with Lord Byron at Lake Geneva, a ghost story challenge was proposed. From that stormy night, Frankenstein was born. Mary was just 18. It's staggering. She took the ideas swirling around her: galvanism, the Industrial Revolution, scientific progress, and romantic poetry, and created something new, a novel that was not only philosophically ambitious, but emotionally harrowing. Frankenstein is widely considered the first true science fiction novel. Shelley imagined a world where man could give life without woman, where science could bypass nature, where ambition could transgress moral boundaries. In Victor Frankenstein, she created a man driven by an obsessive thirst for knowledge. Learn from me, if not by my precepts, at least by my example, he warns. How dangerous is the acquirement of knowledge? How much happier that man is who believes his native town to be the world. Victor is not punished because he learns too much, but because he fails to take responsibility. He gives life, and then recoils in horror. He abandons his creation. It is this abandonment, not the spark of life, that dooms them both. The Industrial Revolution was transforming Europe at the time. Machines were replacing people. Cities were growing darker, noisier, more alienating. Frankenstein asks, in our rush to advance, do we leave our humanity behind? What happens when creation is divorced from compassion? The creature never named, sometimes miscalled Frankenstein, is one of literature's most tragic figures. He begins as a blank slate. I ought to be thy Adam, he tells Victor, but I am rather the fallen angel. He teaches himself to read by secretly observing a family. He reads Paradise Lost, Plutarch's Lives, and the Sorrows of Werther. He longs for love, for belonging, for purpose, but everywhere he turns, he is met with horror and violence. He is not evil by nature, he is made monstrous by rejection. This is the core of Shelley's genius. She turns the question back on us. Who is the real monster? The creature who seeks kindness and is denied? Or the man who created life and fled? It's a mirror. What do we do with what we create? Children, ideas, technology, relationships? Do we take responsibility? Or do we, like Victor, run away? There are vital lessons in Frankenstein for young and new readers today. Unchecked ambition destroys Victor's obsession, isolates him. I seem to have lost all soul or sensation but for this one pursuit. We must be ambitious, but not at the cost of our relationships, our empathy, our soul. Creators must take responsibility, whether it's a parent, a teacher, an inventor. What we bring into the world, we must nurture. The creature's tragedy is not that he exists, but that he is unloved. Loneliness can dehumanize. The creature begins kind. It is only through rejection, over and over again, that he turns to violence. He kills, yes, but out of heartbreak, not hatred. This is not to excuse evil, but to understand its roots. Empathy is power. If even one person had loved the creature, the story might have ended differently. Sometimes, one act of kindness can rewrite a life. Frankenstein has inspired countless retellings, from James Whale's 1931 film to The Bride of Frankenstein, to modern reinterpretations like Ex Machina, Blade Runner, and yes, Young Frankenstein. Its central question, what does it mean to be human, remains relevant. In an age of AI, genetic engineering, and digital disconnection, Shelley's warning rings clearer than ever. And let's not forget Jody 5, who sees in Frankenstein not a horror story, but a cry for connection. I am shouts, echoing the creature's desire to be seen not as a monster, but as a soul. Mary Shelley gave us more than a monster. She gave us a novel that dares to ask, what happens when we lose touch with our humanity? Can we love what we do not understand? Can we forgive what we fear? Reading Frankenstein today, with Thomas by my side, my son, my fellow reader, I am struck by its power to cross time, to ignite thought, and to deepen our compassion. And yes, every time I watch Young Frankenstein, and the creature hums along to Puttin' on the Ritz, I laugh, but I also feel something deeper. The joy of creation, the ache of loneliness, and the eternal hope of being loved, not for how we appear, but for who we are. As we leave behind the cold mountain peaks, laboratory lightning, and moral reckoning of Frankenstein, we set our sights on the sun-drenched plains of La Mancha, where windmills loom large, and dreams ride on a broken-down steed named Rocinante. Next time, we'll journey into the heart of imagination with Miguel de Cervantes' Don Quixote. A story as hilarious as it is profound. What does it mean to dream in a world that laughs at idealism? How do we hold on to our sense of purpose when reality insists we let go? And why does a foolish knight still feel so noble, even centuries later? Join us as we ride alongside Don Quixote and Sancho Panza through dust, delusion, laughter, and longing, to rediscover what it means to hope, to fall, and to rise again with dignity. The journey continues, and the windmills await. Until then, remember, like the creature, we all long to be seen, to be loved, and to belong. And, in the words of Don Quixote, thou hast seen nothing yet. Good journey.